Hey guys, it's Dara. I hope you're all well. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about finding light in the darkness of fear, or finding love in fearful situations, and it's very possible. And I'm going to give you a little bit of a story. I promise it won't be too long. So it's a little bit about when I went traveling recently, and those of you who know me well, I quit my corporate job and I decided to go backpacking across Central America. And it was the moment where I was saying goodbye to my dad and his girlfriend, and I was waving, and I looked at the taxi in front of me, and there was a little bit of space in my mind, and I was just thinking, what the hell am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? And this thought just kept, like, over and over again, it was like an echo in the back of my head that I couldn't switch off, and I was terrified of what I was leaving behind. I knew that what I was leaving behind was not for my highest good. And I didn't know if what I was going towards, my travel experience, I didn't know if it was going to help me kind of piece myself together, because I was so all over the place when I'd left. So if it wasn't for that, if it wasn't for going towards the travel experience, I would not be who I am today. And I know this is such a cliche thing to say, but it is so true. And to clear off that little bit of echo that I kept hearing in my head, I had to think to myself that I needed to picture myself in a place of love. And I needed to surround myself in a loving energy. And I did this in my mind. I actually did it in the taxi on the way to Heathrow. But I still pictured myself, and I was going to only be love. I was only going to be a happier person. I was only going to be who I wanted to be when I got back from that trip. And it was the fear, and I know what it is now. Obviously, I mean, it's been a couple of months down the line, and I'd had a lot of time to think about this, and I know exactly what I was fearing. It was the fear of not having anyone's approval to do this trip. And for me, I seek people's approval due to my childhood and how I was raised by my parents. I have always sought this approval from others. And it was the fear of being alone. And that's a huge one for me personally. And I know a lot of you can resonate with this. It's this terrifying energy about being alone. And I realised that if I'm not going to accomplish if I wasn't going to accomplish the travelling thing, then I probably wouldn't be able to accomplish many things in my life alone. And I had to do this to really experience my pathway to being self-reliable. And those of you who know me, I've pretty much been self-reliable throughout my whole life, but it was really being alone without the approval that really, really freaked me out. So we're all good now. I love doing things without anyone's approval now. So anyway, I'm going to talk to you more in depth about fear, and I promise this part is not going to be long. So sometimes fear can allow the pathway to our centre to get a little bit lost. But it can never remove us from our centre. It can never disconnect us. It can fog the connection a little bit, but our centre is always there, our core being. I'm sure you've heard that before. Fear can grasp us so tight that no matter how good the opportunity, it will stop us from doing it anyway. And it's so easy for us to disregard fear as being more powerful, because sometimes we don't even have the knowledge of its own presence. Fear can grip, freeze and paralyze us from accessing areas of ourselves. So it creates major obstacles for moving forward in a positive way. So this is something really amazing. So when we feel like our world has been snatched away or taken away from us because of fear, we need to remember that we've got two choices. We can either patch up the holes that fear has created and left us with, or we stay with these gaping holes that fear has given to us. These holes of darkness and just miserableness. We are miserable And we are incomplete if we don't go through things fearlessly. And there has to be a balance. You can't be too fearless and too fearful. You need to be somewhere in the middle. So how we do this is we've got to focus on love. How to reduce the anxiety and the fear. Focus on the aspects of the situation that we're going to love. Focus on the aspects of ourselves that we're going to love if we carry on with this opportunity that we're fearing. If it's someone, what aspects of that person do we really love? There has to be some love in there. There is always love in no matter what. Take a step back from what is and make a list to create what will be, if that makes sense. And when we learn to move in the direction of wholeness, because experience makes us whole, the power of our intention can kindle our own personal transformation. There is a transformational process through experience. So I'm going to say that one more time. When we move in the direction of wholeness, the power of our intention can kindle our own personal transformation. Think about it. Let me know what your feelings and thoughts are. Have a blessed day, and I will speak to you guys very soon. Lots of love.